What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given here with your afternoon snap, and today we've got a really fun one that kind of comes to a head on turn 4. That's because one of our locations is going to be Hala, which says after turn 4, destroy all cards controlled by the player losing here. And typically in a game with Hala, one player will be winning that location, either yourself or your opponent, and the other player just plays cards in different locations, not wanting their cards to get destroyed. Sometimes you'll throw a Mr. Negative or the Hood or Bucky Barnes into that location, things that you don't mind getting destroyed. But what makes this game really interesting is both myself and my opponent fight for Hala, and it is very, very close. We're going to see this game start off with my opponent playing an Ebony Maw and then snapping on turn 2 when they see Elysium. And I feel pretty good about what we got going on here, so I'm going to go ahead and snap back. I think we can beat Ebony Maw pretty easily, and Cosmo plus Destroyer should be a pretty nice way to win that middle location as well. So feeling good about our chances. Then I see that my opponent is actually playing a movement deck, and that's why they went ahead and snapped. So they play Craven, Iron Fist, and Multiple Man, and that means they'll be able to add more cards into that first location to add more power. They're not just going to stop at 7. And because of that, I decide that I'm going to play Warpath into Hala here and try to battle for that location. Even though my opponent already has a card there, Warpath is going to add a bunch of power. And with movement decks typically playing Heimdall, meaning all of their cards are going to move to the left on that final turn, trying to win location number 3 is typically pretty easy, and trying to win location number 1 can sometimes be a little bit of a gamble. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Warpath into that third location, and my opponent is going to put a Hulkbuster on their Multiple Man. So they're going for it as well, and we're going to have a little bit of a fight on our hands. So I'm going to dump everything into Hala this turn. I'm going to throw in Mojo, Colossus, and Ant-Man. I think that'll be a nice little bit of power and should result in me winning the location. What's kind of interesting this game is my opponent doesn't have many options. They can't play in location number 1, so they kind of have to play for Hala. They were forced into it a little bit because they can't play additional cards where they have that Ebony Maw. But they make a really cool play here using Doctor Strange to move that Ebony Maw into Hala, which gives them a total of 17 power. But we have a total of 18 power after Ant-Man activates a really, really close one, but we're going to wind up destroying all of my opponent's cards in that third location. So really, really good stuff. I'll drop Destroyer into Elysium, and from there my opponent doesn't really have too many options. Next turn I'll even be able to play Iron Man, or if I want to I could play Spectrum instead. I'll probably just play like Iron Man plus Electro into Elysium to give myself a little bit more power there. But yeah, feeling pretty good about my chances of winning this one. We are going to see my opponent drop that Heimdall this turn, and then next turn they will just retreat basically as soon as the turn starts. No sense in playing it out here. So a pretty powerful one that yeah, I thought was a pretty unique game there. That is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.